Did you know that 22.7 million people live in Australia? While this country is also home to 200 million rabbits, meaning 10 times more than the human population. These rabbits have caused such destruction in Australia that the government has declared them a destructive species, where rabbits are harmful creatures for Australia, and they have tried unsuccessfully to get rid of them. On the other hand, China has imported more than 4 million rabbits in the last 30 years, not to eat them, but to conduct a unique experiment in the Kubuki Desert. And the result shocked the whole world. Welcome once again to Dark Files Videos. Viewers, when a desert swallows green land and turns it into desert, this process is called desertification, and its biggest victim is China's Kubuki Desert. There was a time when the Kubuki Desert was expanding at a rate of 500,000 acres every year, meaning every year it swallowed nearly 500,000 acres of fertile land. At that time, China tried everything to reduce this desertification rate. During the 1950s and 1960s, many projects were launched. Sand control stations were built, trees were planted in the desert, but this sea of sand was out of control. Then, one day, a local entrepreneur named Wang Wenbiao changed everything. Wang invested his money in a strange idea. He started placing dry shrubs in square shapes across hundreds of acres of desert and planted willow trees between them. Willow trees can survive even without water because their roots go 300 feet in search of water. This wood is used to make paper and furniture, but only if these trees survive in the desert. Strong winds in Kubuki scatter sand everywhere, which causes trapped moisture to evaporate. To protect willow plants from these winds, shrubs were placed around them. At first, people laughed at Wang, saying, "Who plants trees in a desert?" But nobody knew Wang's intentions. For 3 years, everything went well. Then a new problem appeared. Willow trees now needed special care. If they were to be sold to paper and furniture industries, new branches had to be cut quickly so that the main trunk becomes thicker. But doing this in the desert was difficult and expensive, and here the story takes a new turn. This is where rabbits entered the story. Especially Rex rabbits became part of this experiment. Rex rabbits are a special breed whose fur resembles otter fur, very soft, expensive, and used in luxury clothing. But why were rabbits brought here? Because one small habit of theirs changed the desert ecosystem. Rex rabbits love eating new shoots from willow trees. As they kept eating the new thin branches, the main trunk grew thicker, which the paper industry bought at high prices, meaning rabbits ate food and also provided raw material for industries. Environment and economy both started benefiting, but this was only the beginning. As you learned earlier, willow roots go 300 feet underground. These roots strengthened the sand structure. So during strong winds, sand stopped flying away and moisture stayed trapped. Meanwhile, rabbits showed their real magic. Rex rabbits' waste started working as fertilizer. In China's zero-waste system, this became a valuable product. Another quality of Rex rabbits is their high reproduction rate. A female gives birth to about 50 babies in a year. As rabbits increased, so did fertilizer, making land more fertile. Soon, sand turned into fields, where organic vegetables began to grow. Another important quality of Rex rabbits played a big role. They digest grass, but cannot digest grass seeds. Seeds pass through with their waste, and later grass multiplies. Meaning rabbits not only maintained willow trees, but also helped grow grass, and their fur was also sold at high prices. This process became a self-sustaining cycle. Rabbits literally began turning the desert green. After success, Wang did not stop. He rented 100 bulldozers and started leveling sand dunes. He filled pits and planted willow trees there, too. Local people were encouraged to raise Rex rabbits. With government help, millions of rabbits were distributed. Every home became a small farm. After 10 years, the entire area changed. Once there was only sand here. Now it became green land. Kubuchi Desert covers 18,600 square kilometers. According to UN reports, 33% or 6,250 square kilometers has turned green. This is the result of over 30 years of effort. Now, Kubuchi is known as an ecological marvel instead of sea of death. Not only the environment changed, but people's lives too. Chinese government invested 3 billion yuan, nearly $400 million. New villages were built and employment provided. Millions of acres now provide livelihoods. Over 2,000 farms operate here. Every year, 3 million rabbits are sold. Average farmer income reached 9,600 yuan annually. People who once fled the desert are now prosperous there. According to estimates, thousands of lives have changed. In 2017, reporters saw the environment improved 10 times. Plants, animals, and humans live in balance. But one question arises: if rabbits can green deserts, why are they dangerous in Australia? Before 1859, Australia had no rabbits. A British man released only 24 rabbits for hunting. 70 years later, they became uncontrollable. In Australia, rabbits live freely in natural habitats, while in China they are kept in controlled environments. Only useful numbers are maintained. That is why rabbits are a curse in Australia, but a blessing in China. But the Kubuchi story does not end there. Here, the world's largest solar power image was also built, called the Junma Solar Power Plant. Spread over 6,000 acres with nearly 5 million solar panels. From space, it looks like a running horse. According to Guinness World Records, it is the largest solar panel image. By 2022, it had generated 2.3 billion kilowatt energy, saving thousands of tons of coal and reducing carbon emissions. But this plant does more than produce electricity. It also fights desertification. Sunlight does not reach beneath panels, so evaporation reduces and grass grows there. Rex rabbits are placed there to eat grass. They eat grass and spread seeds through waste. Thus, desertification reduces, while clean energy is produced. Rabbit fur is sold at high prices. Panels also reduce wind speed by 50%. Less sand displacement makes land fertile. Today, sheep, ducks, and rabbits live together there. Grass grows under panels, and willow forests stand around. No one imagined the Sea of Death would become Sea of Life, and it all started with the proper use of a small rabbit. Researchers now call this an eco-economic revolution. Reports say half of the world's land is desert and 40% faces desertification. Europe and America are now learning from China's model. Kubuchi Desert gives a clear message: if humans and nature work together, deserts can become gardens of life. Hope you will like and share this Dark Files video. Thank you for your loving comments. See you in the next amazing video.